And now second down. Breeze to throw on second down. Dancing to his left. And Josh Hill has it. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 23 yards on the play.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
0-2. Ready. You waiting?
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. Off the corner. Where'd he come from? Well, I guess he came off the corner, but really nice play.
I like when you're able to pose a question and answer it at the same time. That's exactly where he came from, but it's not something that you normally see. Most of the time, we're thinking about those guys covering pass catchers. In this case, he was a big factor in a
50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Jared Davis. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the Notre Dame man, this is Theo Riddick. Oh, and now he bowls him over. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. Here's Riddick. And a short gain across the 15 to the 17-yard line. It'll be a pickup of a couple, and it leaves them with a 3rd and 3.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Stafford to Jones, enough for a Lion first down.
They've got good playmakers on the offensive side of the ball. I don't know what happened last week to really hurt their performance and hold down their production, but I would dare say that this week in practice, there's a lot of talk about how they're going to increase their proficiency.
And that was a good start, getting the playmakers involved. You mentioned that to me pregame. That's what they did there.
Yeah, I think a lot of people think the coaching staff really gets on them, and that's how they motivate them. Most of these guys are self-motivated. They have a lot of pride in their performance.
Throwing to Stafford. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Cameron Jordan in there to sack him. And that is 10 for him now on the year. Now following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
40 got. 40 got. Zebra. Set. 180.
Out of the gun, Stafford. Oh, the pressure too great, and he goes down once more.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say, when you have obvious passing situations. Hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic in their blitzes, or their athletic ability just takes over.
3rd and long. It's Stafford. And the pressure gets to him again. Alex Okafor in there again as this offensive line is in tatters. 3 sacks in 3 plays. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Here's Ginn. Breaks through the contact. Nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And the Saints will have a short field in front of them. They take over here, 1st and 10. The Saints offense now, they get ready to head back onto the field. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said it didn't lead to points, stalled off that drive. Now they've got a chance to redeem themselves and maybe reward their defense a little bit by putting some points on the board on this one.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
What's the old adage, be quick but don't hurry? Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10.
11. Ready. Yellow lady. Motion. Under.
Off the play fake to Kamara. It's Breeze. He'll buy some time right. Throw left side, taken in by Meredith. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A good pickup there, 26 yards. Clock running, under a minute to go in a scoreless first quarter.
Check. Ready. You ready?
Open space inside the 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for the Saints touchdown. Cameron Meredith, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have taken the early lead.
Great field position has to be one of the best friends an offense can have. When you don't have very far to go, you should cash it in with points.
Looks good on the extra point, and it's now a 7-0 game. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. The return man here, T.J. Jones. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. So out now come the Lions as we grind toward the end of the season here, and they haven't had the season that they had hoped. So let me ask you to play GM. Where might they look to make some changes?
I think when you look into the upcoming draft, think hard about them drafting multiple offensive linemen. They've got to get stouter up front. And as a GM that always tells me, Charles, this is a big boy league, and big people always end up winning games for you.
It's complete to Golden Tate. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one goes for 24 yards. On 1st and 10, Stafford. And he's got his tight end. This is Luke Wilson. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A good pick up there of 20 yards. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
21.
On 1st down, Stafford here. Letting one go deep for the end. And that is caught. Touchdown, Detroit. In for the score. And the Lions are an extra point away from tying this thing up. Now Matt Prater for the point after. And if you blinked, you probably missed that touchdown drive. It happened in a hurry.
I was just putting mustard on my hot dog, and all of a sudden he's in the end zone. I've got to do a better job of paying attention with this quick strike offense.
I thought you weren't going to tell your wife about the hot dogs in the booth thing.
I just did, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And a good return. He's across the 35-yard line, right around the 36. Out onto the field comes New Orleans. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
Got it.
They begin on the ground with Kamara. And he's got it up over the 40 to the 41. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
He was hoping to get to the edge, but they did a really nice job of forcing him back inside. That's excellent fundamental defensive football. Don't let him outside where they can really shred your defense.
On the check down, he finds Kamara. And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs.
Well, that was a pretty favorable situation there. What would you call that? 2nd and manageable? Smart play, too. Didn't force it downfield when he didn't have it. Just checked it down, let him get the first down, and that's exactly what he did.
This is Ingram on 1st and 10. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Got it.
On 2nd down, here's Breeze. It goes as a loss of 6, and now 3rd down. First and 2nd down were a disaster. Both went backwards. Now it's 3rd and 18. They need something big.
Ready. Ready. Ready, what's that?
Play action. Breeze. On the crossing route, complete. That's Jacobs. He got 29 yards that time.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a 1st down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Ready. 12. 21. 21. 21. 21.
Throwing on 1st down is Breeze. Over the middle, that's caught by Meredith. And a pretty little juke move there on a nice gain. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage. The drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Running with Kamara. Kamara's got the 1st down and then some. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Saints are able to cash in for 6. Lutz to try to add the PAT. Lutz with the extra point, and that makes the score 14-7. Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Now Jones. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. And Detroit getting set to go now. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Stafford on 1st down. Buying time to his left. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, Frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On the ground, it's Riddick. And he'll get this up to about the 40. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now. Now Riddick. And now running right through it. And some space here. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A big hitter there. A first down gain of 26 yards.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of their yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. He'll pick up another first down with that run.
Steps away to his left. And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Riddick with a carry. And an alley to run. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
21. Hey, go here.
On first down, it's Stafford. That is caught at the 7. And he will be brought down at about the 6-yard line. That one good for 17 yards. And now they've got it 1st and goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. And they'll be disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the first down. The Lions into the red zone for the first time. They've got a 1st and goal to go at the 7th. And they'll go on the ground. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is at well over 300 pounds. He's a big man. Only 3 yards there on the completion. That'll lead to a 3rd and goal. Yeah, the Saints signal for another timeout as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. The crowd here in the Dome making things difficult. 3rd and goal. Now they'll run it on the toss. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now the Saints will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. No movement from the field goal unit. They've got 4 full yards to go here on 4th and goal to hit pay dirt, but they're going to go for it. They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Now Stafford. And that is going to be incomplete. They're turned away on 4th and goal. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. And now the Saints get set to trot out there. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
Snap comes at 1, and now Breeze completes this one to Meredith, and he'll get him down right around the 11-yard line. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
The Lions will use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
Ready. You waiting? Under.
Instead, they go empty backfield as they'll look to throw. And this is a catch by Ted Ginn. And they'll get him down right at around the 11-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Back deep is the former Seahawk, Golden Tate. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. Fielded at the 33. So it's halftime here in New Orleans with the Saints out in front. As we send you on over to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman in our EA Sports halftime report. Take it away, Coach. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Lions offense now with a football first here to begin quarter number 3. They're close game, but they're going to need to do a little bit better probably here in half 2, no?
I would agree with that totally. I would guess it in the locker room. They talked about cleaning up some of the errors, but overall I think they wanted to be positive with them. Guys, we're right there. Just not playing as well as we need to. Let's pick it up, and we still have a chance to win this game.
Yeah, they do. We'll see if they can pick it up. Out to the flat for Reddick. Space to maneuver at the 40. A very solid gain of 27.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Now a first down throw. Stafford. Now he'll be wrapped up around the waist and pushed down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
Here's Stafford now on 2nd down. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. Rashawn Melvin that time able to make the play. Another incompletion with that one. He's just 7 of 14 throwing the football, 50%. Typically not going to get it done, is it?
And let's just make it simple. And that's exactly why they trail.
The Lions on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and forever.
Like 7. 180.
From the gun, here's Stafford. And he's taken down here by the Saints.
Brandon, I think you understand the type of afternoon this offensive line is having. It is a long one for them. Long for you to spend it with me. Long for them trying to block those guys. They've given up a whole lot of sacks, and the speed and quickness of that defensive line is eating them alive.
And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Now the attention turns to the Saints offense getting ready for their first possession of the second half.
This crew had to punt last time they had the ball, but when you've got a lead like this, you content to play the field position game?
You are to an extent, especially if you like your defense, because you have the lead, you've been controlling the game. But why put them in a tougher spot? You want to get out there and get something done on offense and maybe take command of this game yourself.
So Bree's going to lead the Saints up here, 1st and 10 at the 20. They'll try to get the ground game going with Ingram. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin, too.
Here's a 2nd and 5 now from the 25. Now Breeze throwing on 2nd down. Drops this off to Kamara out of the backfield. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It's a pickup of 15 and a fresh set of downs. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
On 1st and 10, here's Breeze. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kerry Hyder, he's the one to get him, and that's sack number 7 for him on the year. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down.
Ready. Yellow lady. Where's that? 95-56. 95-56. Ready. What's that?
Working from the gun. It's Breeze. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That his first